Hey guys, Dr. St. Jean here at drstjean.com. Thanks for tuning in. In this video, I'm going to talk about the mechanism, the reason why meditation can help reduce anxiety. Keep watching. Here's the deal. If you have anxiety or you're suffering from panic attacks, you're probably often looking for different ways in which you can reduce the symptoms that you're experiencing. And I'm a big fan of trying to find new ways to achieve that goal that don't require anti-anxiety medications like benzos. Obviously, there is not enough time in this video for me to go into a detailed explanation as to how you should be implementing meditation, nor am I really qualified to do that. Let's leave those detailed descriptions for meditation experts. You just Google meditation and you can get a lot of different programs on how to do so. Again, there's just not enough time for me to go into that detail in this video. And again, the goal of this video is to explain specifically how meditation is able to reduce anxiety. We're gonna get into the mechanism behind that. So let's get started. So there's this pathway inside your body called the cholinergic anti-inflammatory pathway. And essentially it's this pathway that explains how meditation can help reduce anxiety. So to understand that, let's dissect this pathway in the most simplistic way possible. To better understand what's going on here, let's put it into context. Let's say in your body you have inflammation. Maybe it's inflammation in the gut from food sensitivities, or maybe you have some kind of parasitic infection. Maybe it's inflammation in the joints because you have rheumatoid arthritis. Whatever the cause, there's got to be some kind of inflammation for this pathway to work. So you got some inflammation going on, and this portion of your nervous system called the autonomic nervous system detects the inflammation going on in your body. And what it does is it sends signals towards your brain up here. So the autonomic nervous system starts sending signals towards your brain via a very important nerve called the vagus nerve. And so the information's traveling up the vagus nerve into the brain, and it's telling the brain, hey brain, we got some inflammation here in the body, what should we do? So your brain says, no worries, I got it, we got inflammation, let me handle it. And the way the brain handles it is it sends another signal back out of the brain down the same exact nerve, the vagus nerve, and the goal of that signal is to release a neurotransmitter, a very important neurotransmitter called acetylcholine, onto a portion of your immune system. The portion of your immune system in which acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter from the vagus nerve, is released onto is immune cells called macrophages. Macrophages you can consider, or you can think of, kind of like the Pac-Men of your immune system. So when the acetylcholine interacts with the macrophages, it basically deactivates them and inhibits the release of pro-inflammatory cytokines. Now, pro-inflammatory cytokines are usually released by these macrophages, and basically when we inhibit them, we inhibit inflammation because pro-inflammatory cytokines can cause inflammation. So you can see how this pathway, the cholinergic anti-inflammatory pathway, the end result is to decrease inflammation by inhibiting the release of those pro-inflammatory cytokines. Very straightforward. Now, just to recap, what happens? Inflammation in the body. The autonomic nervous system via the vagus nerve senses that inflammation, sends that information up to the brain, so the brain becomes aware that there's inflammation. Brain says, all right, I got it, there's inflammation, sends a signal right back down that same vagus nerve, releases acetylcholine, which interacts with the macrophages, that portion of the immune system, and inhibits pro-inflammatory cytokines. So that's, again, just a summary of what I just said, just to make the point clear. But you're probably wondering at this point, that's fantastic, Dr. St. Jean, but what does this have to do with anxiety, and what does it have to do with meditation? Cytokines are basically neurological irritants, and cytokines will affect your mood and push you more towards anxiety and depression, and even sometimes can induce anxiety and depression. With high levels of inflammatory cytokines running through your system, your brain simply doesn't work as well as it would otherwise. Therefore, reducing inflammatory cytokines will help to reduce anxiety. So the next question you should be asking is, how do we go about reducing inflammatory cytokines? And this is where meditation comes in, because meditation can actually activate the cholinergic anti-inflammatory pathway, thereby reducing inflammatory cytokines. Meaning, meditation, if implemented properly, can in that very instant reduce inflammatory cytokines and therefore reduce anxiety, which is amazing. Meditation, like anything else, requires practice, requires repetition and frequency. you can't expect to get tons out of your first meditation if you've never done it before, right? You have to practice it, you have to learn it, and eventually you'll get better at it. So don't get frustrated if you're watching this video and you try to meditate and you don't get immediate relief. It's gonna take time. A great app that I recommend is the Calm app. It's downloadable on your iPhone, your Android. It's a fantastic app, and it helps you get into the realm of meditation and helps you get comfortable with it with guided meditations and a little bit more used to setting your breathing and so on and so forth. Fantastic app. So there you have it, one potential mechanism and explanation as to how meditation can be used to potentially reduce your anxiety via the cholinergic anti-inflammatory system. If you want more information on how you can reduce anxiety, check out our blog. We have a ton of articles, videos, and we have a new podcast coming in January 2018. Click the link below to see more for that. Or if you're ready to take the next step and you want to start identifying and eliminating the cause of your anxiety, you can schedule a free consult with me now by clicking the link below. This is Dr. St. Jean. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.